Longtime customer, Lane Henderson.
He's covered my business to my home and everything, provided excellent coverage throughout the years. Personally takes care of my needs, so I really appreciate that personal touch.
Let Clark take care of you. Security Insurance Agency, 290 North Main in Spanish Fort, or call
You want one of those chairs?
Our next senior, Nick Shaw, son of Sherry and Stan Shaw. Our third senior, Brian. And last but certainly not least, Nick Moffey, son of Amy and for the past 4 years, these young men have done more than their part in helping build the Maple Mountain baseball program. We are incredibly thankful for their efforts and contributions. We will miss them, but wish them well as they continue with future endeavors. Thank you, seniors. And now, if you would, please stand as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem. Gentlemen, please remove your caps. The flag is in left field. Thank you. And now for today's starting lineups. First, for the visiting Skyhawks, leading off, and the designated hitter today, number 1, Jesse Rowley. Hitting second, playing left field. Hitting third and playing shortstop. Hitting fourth and pitching, number 23, Austin Hanks. Hitting fifth and catching, number 12, Matt Whiting. Playing third base. Hitting seventh, playing center field, number 8, Scott Lyman. Hitting eighth, playing first base, number 18, Christian Sorensen. Hitting right field, number 14, Jordan Houghton. Playing second base for the Skyhawks is number 4, Reed Jacklin. Defensively for the Golden Eagles, at catcher, number 23, Mitch Holmes. Second base.
It's a great windy day for baseball here at Maple Mountain High School. The Eagles nest at Salem Hills in Maple Mountain matchup here on Blake Romney alongside Brandon Crow, and what was looking like a beautiful day in the mid 70s or so has turned into a windy day, dropped down to low 60s, and I imagine the weather will be in. First pitch by Shaw's in there for a strike, and so the count moves 0-1. First one's fouled back and out of play for the Skyhawks. On the mound, Nick Shaw for the Golden Eagles. Shaw, one of their two aces, and having a pretty good year.
Yeah, Blake, for any baseball fans tuning into this ball game, you're going to see two of the top teams in the region duking it out today, and one of them has been because of Shaw and his arm and his dominance on the mound this season.
Yeah, when this is high, you saw a couple of different arm angles that Shaw's already starting to throw your way, as he kind of a three-quarter release is out on Mrs. High and away, 2-2 now, even the count. And it's a little different, something you haven't really seen. Kind of short arms it a little bit. As Allen misses way outside, and the count moves 3-2. Is this wind blowing, whipping right? Maybe blowing from. I can describe which way the wind is blowing. As this one swung on, hit hard, high in the air, drifting back. Maffey, and maybe the wind playing a little bit of tricks with the ball up in the air, something that the infielders and outfielders have to deal with the entire game.
Yeah, take a look at that replay. Maffey had to trek all the way back on his right-hand side, and if you take a look at the flagpoles out in left center field, they're blowing from right to left,
right.
And that ball hung in the air quite a bit. Maybe if the wind wasn't here, that ball might have carried further, but nevertheless, Shaw has one out behind him, and that's all he asked for.
Yep. Plate, as Jesse Rowley was your designated hitter first batter. F8, he was retired. Up next, Gunnar Gustin. Swung on, chopper, foul down the third. Gonna play on it.
Got to take note of those fans. We do give the Taco Time player of the game, so there has been no rules saying a fan can't
get it. Yeah, if you dive over the scorer's table and catch the ball, you can get the Taco Time player of the game.
You hear that, fans? Be on the lookout. Be ready.
Although we strongly advise interfering with the game on the field. Swung on and hit straight back.
So Nick Shaw is looking for his 6th win. He is currently 5-0 in the record books, and you can see, like you mentioned earlier, Blake, he has different arm angles, and it is impossible for us to tell you how difficult that is for arm angles, different speeds from these pitchers.
Here's the 0-2. Swung on, popped high in the air, and fouled back and out of play towards the soccer field. Yeah, and that's, as a batter, what you're trying to do is there's a window, and you're as the pitcher starts its windup, and so that window is right where the ball is going to come over his shoulder, right when you get that first glance of the window. It's the can throw you off. Popped sky high down the first base side. Hamilton drifting underneath it and makes the catch right at the bag.
2 away, and ball on the outside part of the plate, and there was nothing that Smith could have done. He tried to stick the bat on the ball,
shortstop,
but
number 3,
Holmes was there to make the catch, and just like 2 away.
by the Car Guys. I'd like to thank the Car Guys for being our instant replay sponsor. This live broadcast here on Mayo.
Felicidades.
Is this one first pitch swinging high in the air as well. Third baseman Van Tassel, called off. Paulson.
In honor of Cinco de Mayo. 1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3. Just like that, we get out of the top of the first. 0-0 ball game as we head to the bottom
For the
of the first inning here on.
Runners left on at the end of one half of an inning. Hills 0. Golden Eagles coming to bat.
At J-Mart, we give away an elegantly framed piece of art every month. To enter, simply go to facebook.com/JMartPrint and Copy. You could win one of these beautiful canvas prints. And if you have a photo of your own you would like to enlarge and frame, come to J-Mart and leave a lasting legacy.
Where have all the cowboys gone? Why, every Wednesday they up and ride into Spanish Fork. That's right, it's the Wednesday Western on Spanish Fork 17. 12:30 lunchtime and repeated at 9:30 when you're bedding down. Check the listings on the SFCN website. Wednesday Westerns featuring John Wayne, Kirk Douglas, Alan Ladd, Gregory Peck, and a band of outlaw renegades. Only on Spanish Fork 17.
Eagles Nest on the campus of Maple Mountain High School. This live production by J-Mart Printing. Lane Henderson can take anything and print it in just about any format. Wedding invitations, posters, business cards. 280 North Main. So we saw very quick one. And now the Salem Hills Skyhawks are going to try to shut down
Second baseman, number 8.
the Golden Eagles.
Hamilton.
Logan Nelson and then Jaron Hall in the hole. Lineup is very similar to the lineup that you've seen all year. Really the only at the bottom, Cannon Miner is going to be rounding out the order at number 9. He'll be the DH tonight. As at first pitch misses away. On the mound for Salem Hills, number 1, Austin Hanks.
Austin Hanks, another right-hander just like Shaw, but different styles. You can see straightforward, over-the-top motion as that one goes in for a strike. Hanks comes in with the 4-2 record, and not only can he do it on the mound, but he leads his team in home runs with 2.
Contributes to his own cause. He's the cleanup batter. First batter. He's going to get a stand-up triple. And easily in there is Colton Hamilton. Eagles.
Leads off the inning with a stand-up triple.
It looks like Hanks just let that ball
Now batting,
too
the
far up in the
outfielder,
zone. Blake and
number 12,
Hamilton blasted that
Logan
thing,
Nelson.
and it just continued to roll all the way to the fence. And Hamilton showing off a little bit of speed for a second baseman, making it into third with an easy stand-up triple.
Yeah, great position for the Golden Eagles, as now there's a plethora of ways that runner on third base can score with nobody out. As Logan Nelson takes a first pitch strike. This one swung and slapped foul down that third.
Not only is there a runner on third, Blake, that runner on third is also forcing the defense to play up on the grass and trying to take away any runs, but that could just be a hard hit ball goes through.
Good eye by Logan Nelson. Runs the count now 1-2. 0-0 ball game here, bottom of the first. Runner on third base, nobody out. Here at home 2 days ago. 3 days ago, I should say, back on May the 3rd. Close game that Spanish Fork eked out that one. Looking for a little. Guys would like to leave this home crowd with a good taste. away. Runs the count now full, 3-2.
Good eye right there by Nelson. Hank's trying to come in with the little sneaky off-speed pitch on the outside corner, but too far outside, and Nelson showing great patience at the plate.
Payoff pitch is down and in, and strike 3 is called. Looked down and in to me, and I'm pretty much sure everyone in the crowd thought it was. Although on a 2-strike count, do you take something that close?
Now batting the right fielder.
It's a little too close when you got 2 strikes. A little too close to leave it in the umpire's hands. If you take a look at that replay, and Nelson definitely did indeed think it was ball 4, but the umpire had other ideas.
So that puts 1 out on the board and brings up Jaron Hall.
The wind has seemed to die down somewhat.
As that one misses up and in, the count quickly runs 2-0 with 1 out. Yeah, kind of a gusty wind. Hall has been side and then sprinted out. See if that's what they want to do here. It's really early. Doubt they'd want to do something like that. But you never know. Coach Minder loves the small ball.
People call it small ball. Some people call it fundamental baseball. It all depends on what side you look at it. And a lot of managers in the big league still do it.
Drifting. Second baseman. The turf. Both first baseman respectively. I guess
play the first baseman, he camps under it perfectly fine, and the second baseman came in that ball out of Sorensen's hands. And I heard Sorensen calling for the ball. I don't know how Jacqueline missed that one, but it's a tough play, and Hall lives to see another pitch.
So here's the 2-2. Swung on, and like we've next stop. And the way that they cut the grass here is it's a little bit thicker right behind home plate. In an effort, I imagine, to help the catchers, maybe slow down the ball a little bit.
Change up. And great piece of hitting by Hall. He was fooled. He was out in front of it, but he kept his weight back and was able to tip that ball just enough to stay alive.
2-2 count, 1 out, runner on third base. 0-0 ball game here, bottom of the first inning. That one, strike 3 called again. 2 outs. Both of those have been called with bats on the shoulder.
Hall strikes out for the second out of the inning.
Kate Polson is my favorite walk-up song in high school sports that I've heard.
Throwing it back to Jaquan, 2005.
That's right. Yeah, Polson was probably, I don't know, 7 years old when this song came out.
That. And we're showing our age.
Chopper to third. Talon has it. Strong throw across in time for the out. So after a leadoff triple, Hamilton stranded. The Golden Eagles go down in order, and we head to the top of the. Don't go away, we'll be back here on SFCN.
For the Golden Eagles in the bottom of the first, no runs on 1. There was 1 runner left on, and 1 Skyhawk error. At the end of 1 complete, we are scoreless.
It's time to dine at Taco Time. The service is great and the food is fine. So when you're feeling hungry, look for this sign. And you can dine right. Pleasantly surprised. Diners food, our own special way. That's Taco Time. We're open every day.
Taco Time. Spanish Fork.
Coming up this weekend, it's All Sports Saturday. All afternoon, all evening. We've got so many games they won't fit in their standard time slots.
They're breaking out!
You can't stop them. The games are coming to your TV this Saturday. All afternoon, all evening.
All Sports Saturday!
Austin Hanks.
Due up here at the top of the second inning, 0-0 ball game here at after giving up that leadoff triple. Hanks, who's your batter, also your pitcher, settled down, got the last three guys out. Now has a chance to help contribute to his own cause. As the first tried to get that in there, didn't catch.
Like we mentioned earlier, Blake, he is the cleanup batter for a reason. 2 home runs on the season.
Swung on hard, chopper, Van easy, 5-3 put out.
Hall just a little bit out in front of it, rolled his hands,
third,
rolled it over to Van Tassel, and it was just a routine
now batting the catcher, number 12.
pitch and throw, really, to first
Whiting.
baseman Holmes, who puts it away for 1 out.
That'll bring up the as the catcher steps in, and Shaw taking his time up there. That's in there for a strike on the outside corner. On deck is Easton Talon, and coming up in the hole, should we get that far, Scott Lyman. That one misses down and away. Stance that he has in the box, very compact.
For those older baseball fans, very reminiscent of Todd Zeal. He's a man that I grew up watching, playing for the Dodgers. Very compact, very still.
Hi, Ben.
Batting stance.
Yeah, a little Ian Kinsler almost as well. Here's the one. Ball game. Two of the top teams in 4A. First of a 2-game series. Misses just outside, and the count runs full, 3-2.
Both of these pitchers I've been impressed with so far early on in this ball game. Lots of movement on
left side of the infield. 1-out single for Matt Whitting.
Speaking of movement, that ball is, look at the replay,
now batting
just a
the third baseman,
drilled shot
number
through
5,
the
Easton
third base
Talon.
shortstop gap.
Runner on. Defense backs up just a little bit, prevent any doubles over the head. Speed up runner. Or excuse me, for the third baseman now comes to the plate. Little backdoor slider, backdoor breaking ball right there. Catches the outside part. Even
Shaw again hitting that outside corner, making it very difficult for these batters to try and guess where his next pitch is going to be.
Yeah, Shaw, the first Skyhawk to kind of step out and make Shaw regroup. 1-1, misses high and away. Count now 2-1, 1 out, runner on first base. There's a grounder, Polson has it, over to Hamilton, in time for the 6-4-3 double play as they go down unconventionally.
Textbook double play, perfect defense, perfect all the way through.
The Golden Eagles pull the 6-4-3 double play.
So that double play will put 3 outs on the board. We head to the bottom of the second, still 0-0 here on SFCN.
No runs, hits, never no left on. At the end of 1.5 innings, we are still scoreless.
.30 p.m. You may want to beware. It's Freaky Friday.
SFCN unleashes a freaky feature every Friday night at 9:30. Yes, this used to be the time slot for city meetings, but trust us, this is even scarier. Freaky Friday, only on Spanish Fork 17.
Fill yourself at the dugout. On the way to the job site, the office, or the ballpark, pop in for everything you need. Hot drinks, cold drinks, any size you want of all your favorite flavors. Build your own fresh salad to go, for now or later, or choose from our home-styled sandwiches and fresh baked goods. Whether you're close to home plate or close to your home, swing by the dugout, located next to the ballparks in Spanish Fork.
In the bottom, Nick Maffey, Bryson Van Tassel, and then Jake Maffey for the Golden. Score 0-0. As that was 2-0. Leadoff triple, but then that triple was stranded on third after 2 strikeouts and a ground out. Big swing.
It's a great pitch by Hanks. Really fooled Maffey. Maffey was not expecting that pitch to come, as you can tell with that swing.
That breaking ball catches the ceiling of the zone and evens his count out 2-2.
Much to the dismay of the Golden Eagle crowd, they thought that ball was outside. But forces Nick Maffey to get into battle mode and protect with 2 strikes.
2-2 pitch, swung on, soft grounder over to Gustin. He's got it, he'll have to make a play on it. And by about a quarter of a step, gets.
Great play by Gustin. Maffey was out in front of it. He cued it like a pool stick, and Gustin had to come up and. Not very many people realize just how quick that get him in time, and it was.
Absolutely, that brings third baseman steps into the box. That pitch misses just outside. Ball 1. And anytime he sits a soft grounder on the ground, he's going to make those infielders make a play. Second pitch.
You don't attack the ball will attack you. And if you don't try to take the ball down, the ball will take you down. You never know how that ball will bounce, so you have to try and attack it as soon as possible.
And for a strike, 2-1 now the count with 1 out, nobody on. Here in the bottom of the second inning, 0-0 ball game. As that pitch is up and in, ball 3. Salem Hill Skyhawks in the dark blue top, light blue pants, and those light blue lettering.
The two-tone blue.
Yeah, big fan of both of these.
I am. Big fan of both uniforms.
That's full 3-2.
Hanks has a very interesting delivery where he doesn't look like he bends his back too much. It kind of looks like he's throwing just very stiff, very straightforward. If you really take a look at the way he comes at you.
Down and away, ball 4. That one is a ball. Has 2 strikeouts, now 1 walk.
Number 7. Jake Muffy.
Jake Muffy comes to the plate. The catcher has a chance with a runner on first base to put a little bit more pressure onto the Salem Hills Skyhawks. First pitch catches that ceiling of the zone for strike 0-1. Right, and this delivery is a little deceptive. We talked about the deceptiveness of Nick Shaw's delivery. Same thing here. It doesn't look like it's going to get there in a hurry, but a lot of movement on it, and it does. First, that pitch is swung on, fouled back and out of play.
Yeah,
Count
it
runs
sneaks
are
up
2.
on you, especially with Shaw. You can tell it's going to be a little bit different because of the arm angle that it comes at you. But with Hanks, it seems to be the exact same motion every time, but yet the ball speed comes at you differently. So both different angles as Hanks throws back to first. Van Tassel not really going anywhere, not showing a big lead either.
0-2, misses high and in. So 1-2 count with 1 out and a runner on first base for the Golden Eagles. Safe back at first, hand first. And Skyhawks are might be a little anxious about the runner on first base. You want to avoid run opportunity. So if you think that runner on first base, Van Tassel's trying to get balls, and is Van Tassel.
Yeah, it looks like they're worrying a little bit too much about Van Tassel, and I'm not sure if Hanks was really fully set and ready to throw that ball, and as he did, it got away from Whitting. And like you mentioned before, Blake, that backside to those catchers being very far away.
So 2-2 count now, runner in scoring position. Swung on, hit high in the air. Over there on top of the Maple Mountain dugout. Watch out.
He forgot his glove this time. Usually Andy's prepared with the glove, and he can do the... Look out there, Andy. Be careful up there.
So 2-2 count. That ball's going to be... It is Van Tassel.
Come on, Jake.
So Maffey has got the go-ahead run, the first run of the ball game, just 90 feet away.
Van Tassel easily advancing to third on that pass ball. Ducks are in the pond for Jake.
Count now full, 3-2 with 1 out. Here's the pitch. Swung on, a chopper to second base. Second baseman has it, bobbles it slightly, throws it over to first just in time for the out.
That was a great play by Jacklin at second base. Went down on his knees just to make sure to keep that ball in front of him. Check the runner at third, throw over to first. Just in time to get the runner out and still keep Van Tassel at third.
Yep, so now the infield will back up, play their normal depth with as Whitting now, they're really going to have to work behind home plate to make sure the ball stays in front of them.
With Van Tassel just 90 feet away, that is definitely not the moment where you want to let a ball get by you.
Pitch inside, catches with 2 outs and a runner at third. So second consecutive inning that Golden Eagles have been able to put a runner on third base.
Hank
Count
pulled
was
the
1-2.
string on that one, dangling in front of Holmes, and right when Holmes was about ready to swing, Hanks pulled the trigger, said, I got you.
1. Jacklin backs up, makes the play over to first. So 1 walk, 1 runner left on, no runs scored. 0-0 as we head to the top of the third. Don't go away, we'll be back here on SF. See ya.
Eagles in the bottom of the second. runs on no hits.
And it will now be a corner kick for ALA. Goal! TT Chachia for ALA!
American Leadership Academy Boys Soccer. Last year, they went to Rio Tinto Stadium, kicked the Real off the field, and played for the state title.
ALA wins! That is now a state championship for American Leadership Academy Eagles!
This year, the competition will be even tougher. Cheer them on as they compete for another state title. Only on Spanish Fork 17.
Well, it's fun to dine at Taco Time. The service is great and the food is fine. So when you're feeling hungry, to Taco Time, you can dine right. Pleasantly surprised at the price you pay. That's Taco Time, we're open every day.
Taco Time. Spanish Fork.
Thanks for joining us. Blake Romney alongside Mr. Brandon Crow. First pitch, breaking ball, misses down for a ball. 0-0 ball game as the visiting Salem Hills Skyhawks on the campus of.
Paced ball game, I might add.
Yeah, absolutely. Already in the third inning. As a count 2-0, 7, 8, 9 due up here in this top half of the inning. Zowen just going around the zone here. Some good pitches, but dancing around the zone, not. There's a fastball down the pipe, evens the count now 3-1. Christian Sorensen and then Jordan Houghton. Your next two batters up.
Shaw really taking his time up there on the mound, and for some batters, standing in that batter's box waiting for the pitcher to come into his delivery can seem like an eternity. Which is why
pitch misses high.
Called.
Yeah, absolutely, and that pitch misses high. First walk for the game for Shaw. Leadoff walk puts that runner on first base.
Christian Sorensen.
So Sorensen will. Big. And ball one is called.
Nice try by Jake Moffey. That as the throw over to first base is not in time. Lyman is back safe. I've always loved watching catchers try to frame pitches.
Sometimes it works. Lays down.
Van Tassel was right on that ball. If that ball was fair, Van Tassel probably could have gotten the out at second base. He was crashing hard.
So the count 1-1. Salem Hills looks like they'd be willing to sacrifice an out to put the runner over at second in scoring position. Shaw finally comes set. Now comes home. Chopper over to second. Flip it to short. In. The 4-6-3 double play puts two outs on the board.
And
this
the goal
is just
in Eagles
fundamental
for
baseball.
Double play. This one 4-6-3.
Nice turnaround at second base and barely, maybe by a step at first. It was a bang play. Nothing much you could do about it.
Skyhawks,
but again, basic fundamentals executed cleanly will get you the out and the result you're looking for every time.
Jordan Houghton by Maple Mountain here in this game. At breaking balls in there for a strike. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Swung on, hit high in the air, drifting foul, and it will fall. to the turf.
Our fans down to the left side of the ballpark were a lot more active in the earlier innings, and now they've kind of kicked back in their afternoon chairs. We're still waiting for that Taco Time fan of the game.
For a limited time, you can try their new Mondo burrito. They're right behind Deseret Book. Go visit them, because anytime is taco time. Big breakout ends the inning. Unconventionally, they go down 1-2-3 as we Salem Hills
Skyhawks
and the Maple Mountain Golden Eagles all tied up 0-0.
left on. And a half.
Service since 1964. Longtime customer, Lane Henderson.
He's covered my business to my home and everything, provided excellent coverage throughout the years. Personally takes care of my needs, so I really appreciate that personal touch.
Let Clark Swenson and his entire staff take care of you. Security Insurance Agency, 290 North Main in Spanish Fort, or call 798-3500.
At Jmart, we give away an elegantly framed piece of art every month. To enter, simply go to facebook.com/jmartprintandcopy. You could win one of these beautiful canvas prints. And if you have a photo of your own you would like to enlarge and frame, come to Jmart and leave a lasting legacy.
Back.
To the plate. 9-1-2 due up. Cannon Minor, Colton Hamilton, and Logan Nelson. As you look at 4A rankings for the state of Utah, looks pretty similar like it looked last week, where Spanish Fork on top 15-7. 6, Skyline 18-5, Salem Hills number 4, 16-7, and then Mountain Crest rounds out the top 5 in 4A, 16-5. So we got a doozy for you here on SFCN. As meeting this Region 8 battle. Swung on, base hit through the left side of the infield. As Cannon now sits at first base. And Colton Hamilton, who last time up hit that monster triple, now comes to the dish.
Colton Hamilton.
So Hamilton takes a first pitch ball as well. Extra base hit right here could bring home a run.
Yeah, that triple he had in the first inning, Blake, was the very first of the season for Hamilton. Altogether, 4 extra base hits. So we definitely know he's got the power and the speed. Big cut right there.
Looking for triple number 2 right here with that cut. So the wind's still pretty big factor, blowing in from right field. Try to throw it back as Minor's back safely, and with you have to be a little mindful of. Although last time Hanks had his mind distracted by base runners, had a couple of wild pitches that sent that runner all the way to third base eventually.
And after that, Hanks was able to regroup and get the next 2 outs, and Maple Mountain stranded that runner at third base.
Yep, last 1 out or less, and he stayed there. So 2-1 count. Runner as a there's the looked like that a little hit and run going as this one's slapped.
Nobody wants that Taco Time fan of the game.
No, they don't. They don't want it. I could go for a Mondo burrito. As it looks like they're going to give him the bag at first base. Excuse me, at second base. I don't exactly know what the reasoning behind it would be.
The only explanation I could think of would be a balk, and maybe it was called before the pitch was fouled off.
Yeah, maybe. As the count's 2-1, the bunt laid, and Hamilton is retired.
Hamilton grounds back to the pitcher for the first
The runner
out.
has already moved to second base, which is the job that
Now
the bunt
batting
was
the
supposed
left
to do.
fielder,
Right.
12,
And with the
Logan
freebie
Nelson.
of the balk advancing the runner, I don't know why he would go ahead and bunt, especially let alone back to Hanks.
Right. Maybe trying to catch people off guard, trying to throw something down. Played well as Logan strike one. So 1 out, runner on second base. Here's strike. So the count quickly moves 0-2 as Hanks in front of Nelson. Got a whole lot of pitch in scoring position. As this one swung on. Two strikes. Logan's going to have to. He's going to definitely have to protect the plate a little bit. Outside.
The best thing you can do right here in this situation is to be patient and wait for your pitch, but then at the same time, you have to foul off anything that you think is remotely close and don't leave it in the hands of the umpire.
Swing and a miss on some high cheddar. Second strikeout for Nelson.
Nelson strikes out.
And it is the third strikeout for Hanks.
Now batting the right fielder.
Comes to the plate. With 2 outs and a runner in scoring position, they're still looking to get that first run, that first runner across home plate and break this. There's a breaking ball down and away. You know that times it's been called the strike, I believe, 3.
50%.
That's what you can ask for, right? Is that?
Oh, Coach Miner wants that Taco Time Player of the Game award. Coach Miner looking alive down there.
Trying to relive those BYU days.
Either that or save the fans.
Because we know they're not moving.
They're not moving at all down there.
So 0-2 count with 2 outs and that runner, Young Miner. As this one swung on foul. They're making Hanks work. He's now faced 11 batters. Now he's on his 12th batter. But he's probably throwing a whole lot more pitches than you'd think. Here's the 0-2. Swung on off the hands. Back, and out of play. Nearly Man.
The armored van.
Yeah, it is. I mean, it's
the armored vehicle.
It's a beast.
It's a good piece of hitting at the plate right now, making Hanks work for everything that he got.
Youngster. And we'll take ball one. High and away. We'd like to thank J-Mart Printing. Lane Hinner can take anything and print it in just about any format. Swung on, hit high in the air. Center fielder drifting back. Lyman underneath it and makes the catch. So once again, runner in scoring position, but he's stranded there. One runner left on, one hit, no errors. As we head to FCM.
For the Golden Eagles in the bottom of the third.
Where have all the Cowboys gone? Why, every Wednesday they up and ride into Spanish Fork. That's right, it's the Wednesday Western on Spanish Fork 17. 12:30 lunchtime and repeated at 9:30 when you're bedding down. Check the listings on the SFCN website. Wednesday Westerns featuring John Wayne, Kirk Douglas, Alan Ladd, Gregory Peck, and a band of outlaw renegades. Only on Spanish Fork 17.
Well, it's fun to dine at Taco Time. The service is great and the food is fine. So when you're feeling hungry, look to this side and bring the family down to Taco Time. You can dine right in or take away. Special way, that's Taco Time. We're open every day.
Taco Time. Spanish Fork.
Leading off the top of the fourth for Salem Hills, the
Welcome back
leadoff
to Maple
hitter,
Mountain High
designated
School.
hitter,
Brandon
number
Crowe
1,
alongside
Jesse
Blake Romney.
Rowley.
Top of the fourth inning, still 0-0 score between Salem Hills and Maple Mountain High School. And so far it has been a pitcher's duel for either squad, Blake.
Absolutely. Both of these teams haven't had a whole lot of base runners. Maybe you get one base runner an inning. And this is where that either small ball or fundamental baseball, depending on how you look at it. First pitch was in there for a ball. 1-0 the count as Nick Shaw still dealing. Ripped and taking a interesting first step, but being able to adjust nicely is Hall.
They always say your first step as an
Rowley
outfielder is
flies
back.
out to Hall
It looked like
in
Hall
right
took a
field
couple
for
forward
the
before
first
he
out of
went
the
back and realized just how hard that
Now
ball was
batting
hit.
the left
He was
fielder,
able to catch
number
it just
15,
before it went
Cooper
over his
Smith.
head.
Yeah, the ball's hit the judge. But one out now on the board is the number 2 batter, Cooper Smith, comes to the plate. First pitch near the numbers for a ball, 1-0.
I was drooling just looking at that pitch from here. I don't know how he was able to rely to lay off of that thing.
Here's the 1-0 down in the dirt. Count moves 2-0. Andy Brailsford, Calvin Yao to get a great deal on a nearly new car. 801-798-0077. Pitch down in the dirt. The count quickly moves 3-0. So Shaw falling behind a couple of batters.
Uncharacteristically.
That one finds the zone.
You know, depending on the batter, if you're feeling it and if you're hot, coach might let you go ahead and swing away 3-0. Trigger was not pulled there.
Here's 3-1. Ball 4. Second walk for Shaw. And the
Smith draws the 1-out walk.
Skyhawk
batting
second
the
consecutive
shortstop, number 3, Gunnar Guston.
Gunnar Guston now comes to the plate, the number 3 batter and shortstop.
Gunnar made a great play earlier in the ball game at shortstop with the slow roller off of the bat of Nick Maffey. Quick exchange, fired the ball over to first just in time.
That saved a run. That was back in that first inning, or excuse me, that second inning.
Gustin with that lanky frame with those long arms can hit those outside pitches the opposite way. It's where he's had most of his power this season.
Swung on, hit high in the air. Could be trouble. Shortstop Polson races back there and makes the catch.
In a gray sky like it is today, overcast, those balls are very difficult to see.
Pops out
this
to
ball you see on
Polson
the
at
replay,
shortstop
just straight up in the
for
air.
the second
Polson
out.
sprinting hard to his right. Going
Number
from right to left like
23,
it was,
Austin
swirling around.
Hanks.
Very difficult play.
Hanks now your batter. Hanks for Salem Hills. That pitch is up and in. Breaking ball that didn't break. 2 up and 2 in. Gets a piece of Hanks.
Hanks will take it. He draws the
Hanks is hit
2
by
out
the pitcher.
walk, you could say. The walk, the old.
For Salem
Yeah.
Hills. Whiting.
So time that either one of these teams have had 2 runners on at the same time. Here in the top of the 4th inning, 0-0 ball game. Golden Eagles and Sky. The second seed in Region 8.
Whiting showing great discipline and patience at the plate. You could tell by his body language that he wanted to pull the trigger, but just a little too low to swing at for the first pitch.
Pitch down in the dirt. It gets away momentarily from Maffey. Just enough does it get away to advance the runner. Dirt, but then as he did the transfer to either throw down behind the runner or maybe pump fake and try to get that runner back to first, let him know he's thinking about him. Ball to advance.
And if there wasn't any pressure mentally on Whiting, there is now.
This one slapped. Count runs 2-1 with 2 outs.
Had the right idea with that pitch. It was thrown away from him. And instead of trying to pull it, he tried to just go with the pitch and follow it over to the right-hand side of the field.
Here's a 2-1 pitch. And so 2 hit batters, 2 consecutive hit batters. Loads the bases now with 2 outs here in the top of the 4th inning. Perfect opportunity for Salem Hills as coach is going to come talk to his pitcher. Talk to the home plate umpire a little bit. You know, I have heard that there, some that if the
Whiting is hit by the pitch.
If the batter in the
load
box
the
doesn't make an
bases.
effort to get out of the way, but no, it's a dead ball. You're staying in the box. You're doing it again. I think that might be what
What Coach Miner wanted to talk about.
Yeah, coach is just encouraging that home plate umpire. Hey, let's give a little effort there by those guys.
2 outs, Eagles.
And also, I think for coaches to come out of the dugout and
Now
head
batting
towards
for Salem
the pitcher's
Hills,
mound,
the third
some
baseman,
umpires would
number
like
5,
a
Easton
notification.
Fallon.
Some people would like more notification. I think Coach Miner just kind of darted out there a little bit more than the home plate umpire would like.
He does. He kind of just walks, and right before he gets to the line, he just holds his hands out. Doesn't really even wait for the home plate umpire to acknowledge. Just, you know what, I'm doing this. It's going to happen, so you just need to be
Try
okay
and
with
stop
it.
me.
Right. Deal with it right now. So bases loaded. First pitch is in there for a strike to Easton Talon.
Way to get out. You got this.
Last time up, Talon grounded into the in the second inning. And again at 1-1.
Shaw's been missing a lot down in the zone, especially with his breaking balls. And this is a very dangerous and vulnerable position for Shaw as he tries to work on getting those balls up away from the dirt, up and in higher in the zone, and that's usually where the damage is done by the batters.
1-1. Down. Rather have her pitcher missing down.
Any day. All
down because then it gets past the catcher.
Yes.
So 2-1. Top of the fourth inning in a 0-0 ball game. That pitch is in there for a strike, and it's going to put. So Shaw's as Talon. Takes a hack at this one up the middle. It's going to get through the infield. One run's going to come around to score. Here comes the next run as the ball is cut off. And a 2-run single for Easton Talon. Puts 2 runs on the board, the first 2 runs of the ball game here at the Eagles Nest.
Talon has the 2-run single.
If you take a look at that replay, Talon just slapped that ball right back up where it came from. Took a nice, favorable hop for Salem. Bounce to get that second run in.
He probably would have been able to knock it down, but either way, squirts through. It's the first base hit of this inning. Run.
And small ball will kill you.
The run did score, but they do get the third out. So Austin Hanks comes home from, Matt Whiting comes home from third base. 3 runs come across the plate. And Golden Eagles got some work to do, down 2-0. We head to the bottom of the fourth here on SFCN.
Coming up this weekend, it's All Sports Saturday. All afternoon, all evening. We've got so many games they won't fit in their standard time slots.
They're breaking out!
You can't stop them. The games are coming to your TV this Saturday. All afternoon, all evening. All Sports Saturday.
If you don't know what's coming this Friday night at 9:30 p.m., you may want to beware. It's Freaky Friday.
SFCN unleashes a freaky feature every Friday night at 9:30. Yes, this used to be the time slot for city meetings, but trust us, this is even scarier. Freaky Friday, only on Spanish Fork 17.
Heading down as Salem Hills was able to plate 3 in the top of the fourth. As now the Golden Eagles are looking to make up some ground here as the first pitch is down in the dirt by Hanks for Cade Polson. It's not like the Golden Eagles haven't had their opportunities. 3 runners in scoring position, but have been unable to bring any of them home.
Hanks again, loving that off speed, working that off speed. Really, he's got the Maple Mountain Golden Eagles off kilter at the plate because they really don't know what's coming.
Yeah, he's doing a good job of mixing. Delivery is exactly the same, pretty much no matter what happens. As that pitch misses. Nobody on, nobody out here, bottom of the fourth. At the end of the game, we will have a player of the game brought to you by Taco Time. Swung on, Chopper, third baseman Talon in time for the out for the.
Olson grounds
Rolled
out
his
to
hands.
third. Batting the center fielder, number 5, Nick Moffey.
About that.
Grounded out to the shortstop. That first pitch. Swung on. It's going to be a line drive base hit. Will be fair, says the home plate umpire. Rounding first is Nick Moffey.
Boy, Moffey,
Moffey
he got
has
a pitch
the
up in the
stand-up
zone,
double.
and he just put a solid ball
The third
and
baseman,
let the ball just
number
do the work as
24,
it traveled,
Bryson
flirting with
Castle.
that line, and was able to sit in for a stand-up double.
Puts a runner in scoring position for the 4th consecutive inning with just one out.
And Moffey is very dangerous. He got the second pretty quick on that last play, and he was one of the team leaders in stolen bases last year.
Oh, 1 count. Here's infield, and they're going to hold the runner at third. So a 1-out single puts now runners on the corners at first and third.
A low and inside pitch, and Bryson churned his hips, threw his hands at the ball through the
Now batting the
hands
Moffey.
square enough to pull that ball in the and brings Moffey to third.
Yeah, good job. Just pushed it right through that hole on the left side of the infield, and now great opportunity for little brother Jake to drive in big brother Nick. Do his hand signals. Try to figure out what to do if they want to.
We'll see if Maple Mountain can learn from Salem Hills' mistake last inning.
That one. Strike on the outside part of the plate. Yeah, the runner got thrown out on the base path, but did allow the run to come home and score. As this one swung on, chopped towards the Skyhawk dugout. Jake Moffey on the year does have a handful of extra base hits. Looking for one right here. Cut into this 3-run lead. Runner's going to go. This one swung on and foul.
That was a great time for hit and run opportunity. And it looked like the way that the defense was playing, they weren't even going to bother to attempt to try to get the runner at second base. They were going to let him go.
So the count remains 0-2 as Hanks has a whole lot of pitches to work with. And they'll do the little fake third base thing.
Fake third base thing.
That's the best way I can describe that. You fake like you're going to throw to third base, and then you just walk off the mound. So you're just wasting time.
Messing with the runners and the batter's mind.
Ooh.
With 2 strikes.
That front door breaking ball. Count moves 1-2 with 1 out, runners on the corners. Last time Jake grounded out to the second baseman as this pitch misses down. And no throw as Van Tassel.
In the exact same location as the previous one, low and inside, around shin high. Very, very, very close pitch to take with 2 strikes.
So 2-2 count now, 1 out. Here's the pitch down in the dirt, and a great job by the catcher Whiting to stick there.
Kick save and a beauty. Like my man Jonathan Quick.
Then Hanks, charging home, was able to catch it off the knee, off the deflection, and keep the runners at second and all over it. Full count now with one out, runners on second and third. Hanks in the windup, comes home with this one, swung on, and
Olay, says Coach Miner.
looked like a bullfighter out there, lifting up the cape.
Maple Mountain Matadors.
Hey, nice and easy right here. Put one in play.
For Jake Moffett. Awfully close, but other than that, battled back. Here's the 3-2. Swung on as a ground ball to shortstop. So RBI sacrifice for Jake.
Moffey drives in
From the way that sounded as it came off the bat, it sounded like Jake got jammed on that one a little bit.
Now batting the first baseman.
So still a runner in scoring position for the Golden Eagles. Another base hit can cut into this lead, which now is 3-1. Skyhawks on top. That hit him. Mitch Holmes gets nicked on the elbow just enough to get that free pass down to first base. Now man
batting
to the
the
plate.
designated hitter, number 11, Cannon Miner.
Miner does have a single already here in this ballgame.
Miner looking to do something major by getting a base hit and bringing that run around from second. And he does something crazy.
And lays down the bunt. Don't know if they were trying to catch him off guard or what, but either way, gets thrown out at first base, and 1-3 your score. We head to the top of the sixth inning. Don't go away. We'll be back here on SFC.
Fourth, one run on
At the
the
same
end of
time, you feel yourself at the dugout. On the way to the job site, the office, or the ballpark, pop in for everything you need. Hot drinks, cold drinks, any size you want of all your favorite flavors. Build your own fresh salad to go, for now or later, or choose from our home-styled sandwiches and fresh baked goods. Whether you're close to home plate or close to your home, swing by the dugout, located next to the ballparks in Spanish Fork.
Security Insurance Agency, serving the community with personal service since 1964. Longtime customer, Lane Henderson.
He's covered my business to my home and everything, provided excellent coverage throughout the years. Personally takes care of my needs, so I really appreciate that personal touch.
Let Clark Swenson and his entire staff take care of you. Security Insurance Agency. Or call 798-3500.
Fifth inning here at Maple Mountain High School.
Number 8.
Thanks for joining us. I'm Blake Lumley alongside my man, Mr. Brandon Crow.
Beautiful day for baseball, Blake.
Yes, it is. Windy and overcast. I don't know if that's necessarily a beautiful day in general, but hey, when you're playing baseball, every day is a beautiful day.
Amen.
3-1 the score. Nick Shaw dealing.
And still in the ball game, mind you.
First pitch missed for a ball, so an 0-1 count. This one swung on and popped to center field, but charging hard is Nick Maffey making the catch.
Maffey showing off his athleticism. That ball was dying in a hurry.
Lyman flies out to Maffey
the
in
Jets
center field
come
for
in
the
and
first
snag
out.
that ball. I'm really
Now
impressed with
batting
Maffey.
the first baseman,
all around
number
great
18.
athlete.
Absolutely.
Christian
So looking at
Sorensen.
the around the infield, you've got Van Tassel third, Polson short, Hamilton it's at first with Jake Maffey behind the plate. Christian Sorensen is your batter. Last time up, he grounded into a 4-6-3 double play. The Skyhawks went down 1-2-3 in the first, second, and third innings, but it was that fourth inning where they plated 3 off of just 1 base hit. And that's the difference right now in a 3-1 ball game. That one's in there for a strike. Count out here in the top of the 5th. High breaking ball as this one's fouled back and into the stands.
The wind's starting to pick up again.
Yep, you might be able to hear it in our mics. Check swing. Did he go? Yes, says the up in the field. And I'd agree with him on there.
Shaw records the strikeout for the
Usually
second out
when
of
a
the
left-handed batter checks
now
his
batting,
swing,
the right fielder,
want to ask the
number
third
14,
base
Jordan
umpire, but
Houghton.
there wasn't a third base umpire. But I'd have to agree that he went full circle on that one.
So now 2 outs. As Sorensen is the second strikeout for Shaw on the afternoon. Pitches in there for a ball. 1-0 count now, 2 outs. The 8 on the third base line, giving Nelson, who they go down in the top of the 5th inning as we head to the bottom of the 5th. Salem Hills still up by 2 on your Golden Eagles. Don't go away. We'll be back here on SFCN.
No errors by the Golden Eagles.
Art every month. To enter, simply go to facebook.com/jmartprint and copy. You could win one of these beautiful canvas prints. And if you have a photo of your own you would like to enlarge and frame, come to Jmart and leave a lasting legacy.
Gone. Why, every Wednesday they up and ride into Spanish Fork. That's right, it's the Wednesday Western on Spanish Fork 17. 12:30 lunchtime and repeated at 9:30 when you're bedding down. Check the listings on the SFCN website. Wednesday Westerns featuring John Wayne, Kirk Douglas, Alan Ladd, Gregory Peck, and a band of outlaw renegades. Only on Spanish Fork 17.
As one here hoping to cut into this 3-1 lead that Salem Hills holds over the Golden Eagles. Moves 2-0.
You heard us talking real quickly about hot dogs, and we just wish that we had some hot dogs.
I know, we need to make a little run over to the snack shack.
The next best substitute is taco time.
Absolutely. Now 3-0.
And we will be giving away our Taco Time Player of the Game after this one. And again, Coach Miner's having his team square around to show bunt.
Had that triple back in the first and then grounded out. I had a bunt that went right back to the pitcher as he and
Hamilton
that's what they get right there with Hamilton.
Walk. Now batting for the Golden Eagles, the left fielder, number 12, Logan Nelson.
So Logan Nelson now comes to the plate. 2 strikeouts on the game for Nelson. Looking to avoid the sombrero for the Cinco de Mayo. 3 strikeouts, the sombrero. 4 is the silver sombrero. 5 is the golden as the bunt lays down. Sacrifice.
Now that is a textbook sacrifice bunt. Take a look at the replay. Scored around perfectly at the last second.
Nelson sacrifices
Just enough
Hamilton up
distance
to
away
second.
from the pitcher to make him come
The
off.
first
and
out is
throw
recorded.
first. And that is
Now batting the right fielder,
small ball.
number 9.
So runner on second in scoring position for Golden Eagles. And that ball drilled back up the middle.
Base hit. They're going to send the runner. Here comes the throw. And in there safely. Some creative sliding. And played at home plate.
Single and moves up to
for the score.
We'll take a look
now
at
batting
the replay.
the shortstop,
Lyman
number
comes
20,
in, makes the
Kay
throw, and is
Olson.
up the baseline to make the catch. Made in time.
So the RBI single, then you give him second on the throw.
Yeah, we're going to have a timeout now.
Cuts that lead 3-2. As coach for Salem Hills wants to talk to his pitcher. Gives us a chance to recap what region, the craziest region in all of baseball. You've got a couple of teams tied for first, a couple of team times for second, and right now, Maple Mountain and Salem Hills, Maple Mountain and Spanish Fork sit atop of the region, both with a record. Both at 6-4, Wasatch 6-6. Their season's already finished. Springville 4-6, and lowly Timview, bottom of the barrel, 0-10. Also a count now 2-0 with 1 runs than anybody, 94 runs. As this one is a hard ball hit right to the shortstop. Good strong throw across as Gustin stays down on the ball, gets it over to Sorensen for the second out.
Olson grounds
that ball
out
was
to
hit in front
shortstop
of the runner,
for the
so
second
it
out
was
of
a
the
good
inning.
job by Gustin, looking at the runner back at second base and really
Now batting the
leaving
center
him in
fielder,
no man's
number
land.
5, Nick
Not able to
Moffey.
advance him at all, and just another.
So 2 outs, that runner still sits at second base. The Golden Eagles have been able to put up singles in both the 4th and the 5th inning. Looking for their first crooked number. First pitch swinging is Nick Moffey. A run. Way out in front of that one as well. Good use of that changeup.
That's 2 straight pitches, 2 straight changeups for Hanks. It's got Moffey. And I wouldn't be surprised if he comes right back at him with a hard fastball in the inside corner, or maybe even dare he throw another breaking ball.
So here's the 0-2 pitch, and that's going to clearly be a balk.
Moffey called time.
Oh, or
umpires talking with Moffey about that, saying you can't be calling it too late like that.
yeah, didn't give the time, but the time was called. That breaking ball misses down and away. So 3-2 your score. Here in the bottom of the 5th, there's the 1-2. Strike 3. 4 off-speed pitches, and Moffey couldn't lay off 3 of them as he goes down swinging. That's the 3rd out, but 1 run back up on the board. 3-2 as we head to the top of the 6th inning. Don't go away, we'll be back here on SFCN.
There's 1 runner left on. Through 5 complete innings, Salem Hills.
To dine at taco time. The service is great and the food is fine. So when you're feeling hungry, look for this sign and bring the family down to taco time. You can dine right. Pleasantly surprised at the price you pay. That's taco time.
Taco in Spanish Fork.
Coming up this weekend, it's all afternoon, all evening. We've got so many games they won't fit in their standard time slots.
They're breaking out!
You can't stop them. The games are coming to your TV this Saturday. All afternoon, all evening.
All Sports Saturday!
For Salem Hills, Jesse
Eagles
Rowley.
nest. Brandon Crow alongside Blake Romney. Great ball game, 3-2. Salem Hills lead over the Golden Eagles.
First pitch is going to get through the left side as 1-2-3 due up here in the top of the 6th inning.
Rowley has the
Rowley
base hit.
has his first base hit of the game, a leadoff single.
The left fielder, number 15.
And that'll bring up Cooper Smith.
And Coach Minor's going to come out and have a visit with Shaw on the mound. This might be Shaw coming out of the ball game. And we'll see, and it looks like it is. And we're going to have a pitching change.
Yes, we will. So pitching change here at Maple Mountain High School as we take a quick break. Don't go away. We'll be back.
If you don't know what's coming this Friday night at 9:30 p.m., you may want to beware. It's Freaky Friday.
SFCM unleashes a freaky feature every Friday night at 9:30. Yes, this used to be the time slot for city meetings, but trust us, this is even scarier. Freaky Friday, only on Spanish Fork 17.
Fill up your gas tank at the same time you fill yourself. Job site, the office, or the ballpark, pop in for everything you need. Hot drinks, cold drinks, any size you want of all your favorite flavors. Build your own fresh salad.
Your attention please, now pitching for the Golden Eagles, number 9, Tyler Young.
Whether you're close to home plate or close to your home, swing by the dugout, located next to the ballpark in Spanish Fork.
Security Insurance Agency, serving the community with personal service since 1964. Longtime customer, Mike Henderson.
It's covered my business, my home, and everything. Provided excellent coverage throughout the years. Personally takes care of my needs, so I really appreciate it.
Replacing and as Tyler Young steps to the mound, so does the wind coming in straight from center field.
Yeah, that wind really starting to whip. And now you're right, now it's almost blowing directly in from about right center or so. First pitch for you. And the runner.
Very dangerous play.
But Holmes doing a good job coming off the bag and getting the ball, getting the throw. Count now 1-1. As Cooper Smith, your batter, last time up, drew the walk. The time before that, popped out.
Van Tassel is so close to Cooper Smith, charging in at third. If Smith were to fake bunt and do a slash play and swing full circle, it could be scary for Van Tassel, but it could be an easy base hit with how close he is.
This a foul down the first base line, so 2 strikes, 1-2 count, run on first base, nobody out here top of the 6th inning. Young now your batter. Excuse me. Big swing and a miss. Good breaking ball. As Smith was
Young
way out in front of that one.
strikeout for the first out of the inning. Now batting the shortstop.
Comes to the plate. Gustin's popped out twice to the shortstop.
Young and the Maple Mountain defense really worried about that runner at first. And see if Young is trying to work low to get a ground ball to force that inning-ending double play.
Starts with that breaking ball and therefore a strike. Oh, 1 out, runner on first. 1-run ball game. Fastball.
Oh, here it is. There it is. Taco Time fan of the game. The cleanest and bravest fan. Somebody has to go get that guy's name and information for us.
Runner's going to go, hit and run. This one's hit high in the air. Caught it first. In foul territory at first base. Runner on second base had no idea what he was doing. Stayed put, quickly just throws it over to first base for the easy double play. As you can see here in the replay, brought to you by the Car Guys. So a little mental mistake by Salem. Absolutely, the leadoff single is thrown out. Third double play of the game for the Maple Mountain Golden Eagles as we head to the bottom of the 6th inning. 1-run ball game here on SFCN.
The end 5.5. There's still Salem Hills 3, Maple Mountain 2.
Security Insurance Agency. Serving the community with personal service since 1964.
Covered everything, provided excellent coverage throughout the years. Personally takes care of my needs, so I really appreciate that personal touch.
Let Clark Swenson and his entire staff take care of you. Security Insurance Agency, 290 North Main in Spanish Fort, or call 798-3500.
At Jmart, we give away an elegantly framed piece of art every month. To enter, simply go to facebook.com/jmartprintandcopy. You could win one of these beautiful canvas prints.
6, 7, and 8. This live broadcast brought to you on May the 3rd. Excuse me, May the 5th. What am I talking about? Cinco de Mayo. Arriba! Is being brought to you by Jmart Printing. Lang Henderson can take anything and print it just about any format. Wedding invitations, posters, business cards. North Main.
Speaking of Cinco de Mayo and May the 5th, on this day in baseball history, 110 years ago to be exact, Cy Young tossed the first recorded perfect game.
Atta baby. Two 2-1. 3-2 ball game. Maple Mountain, as this one is a slow roller, third baseman ranging and make throw out Van
Tassel.
Going back to that
third baseman.
First Cy Young thrown by, first perfect game thrown by Cy Young.
Now batting the catcher.
Red Sox
seven,
right-hander gets
Jake
the first perfect
Coffey.
game thrown in the majors since the distance between 60 feet 6 inches and 8.
Stat of your day brought. So 1 out for Jake Maffey as he comes to the plate. We'll take a hack at that one. Coach Miner.
Didn't even move. Didn't even phase him.
Nope. Simply makes the play.
There it is.
Here's the 0-2, swung as diving Talon to his left, unable to come up with it. Nick Maffey.
Maffey has the 1-out single.
Maffey put a good piece of the bat on the ball.
Now batting the first baseman,
Talon to make
number
the play.
23, Mitch
The
Holmes.
replay, if it was indeed really far to Talon's glove hand side, or it looked to me like he almost stumbled over his feet a little bit, and Maple Mountain will take anything they can get.
Yeah, absolutely. Excuse me. El Herm. Brother. So Mitch Holmes, your batter. Last time up, he was hit by a pitch as he takes ball 1 away. Top of the 6th ball game and a 1-run ball game. Excuse me, bottom of the 6th as the home team comes to the plate.
Grounding out. I know he likes some redemption. And a nice solid base hit, especially an extra base hit. Do just the job. And he gets beat for the second time.
Now, Mitch Holmes is a big kid. He's I mean, it's not like he's like Shaquille O'Neal.
Eagles, the designated hitter,
is coming in for a run from Mitch Holmes. That's a second hit by pitch for him. Heads to second base, and Cannon Miner comes to the plate. Last time up, he had runners on first and second, and
2 outs.
It was 2 outs. I'm entirely certain as to why he did that. It was right back to the pitcher. Will it get down? It will not. And
with that wind coming in, Blake, that had a lot to do with this ball. It really hanging up in the air.
Miner flies out to right field
really,
for the second out
inning. About that, he hit it in the right spot. He hit
now
it
batting
the
the
runners,
second baseman,
the right side of the
absolutely. So now we're back to the top of the order as Colton Hamilton, who last time up walked, and then came around to score a run. Comes to the plate, takes the first pitch outside for a ball. 1-0 count, 2 outs, and runners. Triple. Would love to do that again as strike 1-1 now the count.
Hamilton's triple came on an inside pitch, and ever since then, most of the pitches he's been seeing have been on the outside corner.
Here's a chopper, second baseman slings it over. There. The top of the 7th inning, 3-2 the score. Maple Mountain still trails by 1. We'll be back here on SFCN.
At J-Mark, we give away an elegantly framed piece of art every month. To enter, simply go to facebook.com/jmartprintandcopy. You could win one of these beautiful canvas prints. And if you have a photo of your own you would like to enlarge and frame, come to J-Mart and leave a lasting legacy.
Where have all the cowboys gone? Why, every Wednesday they up and ride into Spanish Fork. That's right, It's the Wednesday Western on Spanish Fork 17. 12:30 lunchtime and repeated at 9:30 when you're bedding down. Check the listings on the SFCN website. Wednesday Westerns featuring John Wayne, Kirk Douglas, Alan Ladd, Gregory Peck, and a band of outlaw renegades. Only on Spanish Fork 17.
Leading off the top of the 7th for Salem Hills, the pitcher, number 23, Austin Hanks.
Final inning, final chance for Salem Hills to put some distance between them and Maple Mountain as they lead 3-2 here in this ball game. First pitch swinging is the pitch been way foul.
Way to be up! Let's go! Come on, Tyler!
For a strike, as Tyler Young, your batter. Absolutely. Longest strike almost that you can get. As Young on the... This one gets away from him.
Get rid of that one.
This wind is a pretty powerful wind behind the pitchers, which is good for the fastball, not entirely great for anything off speed or anything with a lot of movement, as it might hang up like you just saw what happened on that ball. Swung on, Polson drifting back in, making the catch for the first out.
Hanks was fisted.
Hanks pops out to
Barely
Polson,
got
shortstop,
enough to get
for
it
the
to
first out.
Polson, the shortstop. And if it was a colder
Now
day,
batting
he might
the catcher,
want to check and
number
see if he has
12,
any hands
Matt
left.
Yeah.
Whiting.
But luckily, it's a little bit warm.
Warmer, started out, even though it was warmer this morning, now it's starting to cool off a little bit. That is a good breaking ball with a lot of movement. The 0-1 now the count. That ball down in the dirt. Count even, 1-1, 1 out, nobody on here. A 3-2 ball game. As this one gets behind the batter.
If that was my team in the dugout, you would have heard a lot of "Wear it, kid."
Here's the 2-1, and it's been there about maybe 55% of the time. But I mean, if consistency is the key to the game, then consistency is also the wild card of the game. Is this one 2-2?
Those percentage stats brought to you by our resident statistician, Blake Romney. Blake Romney also works for Stats Inc.
I'm also a statistics teacher. Here's the 2-2. Good breaking ball, but so the count now runs full, 3-2 with 1 out. Nobody trying to get out of this inning quick. Give his team a chance to get this win. That one right past Whiting for the first strikeout. Second strikeout for Young.
Strikeout for the second out of the inning. Now batting the third baseman, number 5, Easton
had Whiting guessing
Salem.
the whole time and had no idea what that ball was coming.
Has been pretty much the difference maker in this game. The 2 RBI single, and then got caught in the rundown just long enough for that third run to come around as the score stands 3-2. There's a ball that misses out. 2 outs. Final line for Shaw. 3 runs on 2 strikeouts, 2 walks, and only 3 hits. This one's going to dance with all the wind. Calling for it is Nelson out in left. And squeezing it, making the play for the third and final out. So a quick 1-2-3 inning. Down go the Skyhawks. Maple Mountain's got some work to do. Down by one. Don't go away. We'll be back here on SFCN.
Runners left on and no errors at the end of 6.5.
Well, it's fun to dine at Taco Time. The service is great and the food is fine. So when you're feeling hungry, or take away, you're pleasantly surprised. Food our own special way.
Taco. Spanish Fork.
Up this weekend.
Saturday.
All afternoon. All evening. We've got so many games they won't fit in their standard time slots.
They're breaking out.
You can't stop them. The games are coming to your TV this Saturday evening.
All Sports Saturday.
For the Golden Eagles here in the bottom of the 7th inning, they've got to score a run if they want to keep this game going. There's a pinch batter. Andrew Wixom. Just a couple of days. I believe the next game is travels to Salem Hills to finish out the season, trying to get this end of the week over quickly so they can start. That pitch is in there for a strike, and the count moves 2-1 now. Nobody.
Wixom, a taller batter in the batter's box. That ball looked a little bit low, but at least the umpire's been consistent today.
Lefty gets it up the middle for a base hit.
And where his call location is, the biggest thing
Wixom
is
leads off the inning with a base hit.
Consistently calling the balls outside or consistently calling them low, and there's nothing you can do, but you got to swing at them. And Wixom did just that, put the bat on the ball in the low zone, and it looks like that'll be the day for Austin Hanks as well.
Yeah, so Hanks will sit down. There'll be another pitching change here at the Eagles' Nests. Don't go away. We'll be back for the exciting conclusion here on SFCN.
At 9:30 p.m. You may want to beware. It's Freaky Friday.
SFCN unleashes a freaky feature every Friday night. Yes, this used to be the time slot for city meetings, but trust us, this is even scarier. Freaky Friday, only on Spanish Fork 17.
Fill up yourself at the dugout. On the way to the job site, the office, or the ballpark, pop in for everything you need. Hot drinks, cold drinks, any size you want of all your favorite flavors. Build your own fresh salad to go, for now or later, or choose from our home-styled sandwiches and fresh baked goods. Whether you're close to home plate or close to your home, swing by the dugout, located next to the ballparks in Spanish Fork.
Serving the community with personal service since 1964. Longtime customer, Lane Henderson.
He's covered my business to my home and everything, provided excellent coverage throughout the years. Personally takes care of my needs, so I really appreciate that personal touch.
Let Clark Swenson and his entire staff take care of you. Security Insurance Agency, 290 North Main in Spanish Fort, or call 798-3500.
Now batting for the Golden Eagles, the right fielder, number 19, Jaron Hall.
For the Salem Hills Skyhawks is Porter Gustin. As his first pitch in the rundown, and he's going to be safe. Ball go in the dirt. Catcher did the right thing, Whitting threw it over to Sorensen.
Transition from Sorensen, ball to glove was a little too late. And we got ourselves the tying run 180 feet away.
Yeah, Wixom dodged a bullet on that one. Sometimes it's just about being lucky. This one's going to get past. Just like that, that runner's tying run is just 90 feet away as Porter Wixom on the year, 2 throwing right-hander. In a little bit of trouble, though, already. The runner on first is, or I should say third, is technically still Hanks.
Wixom.
As that one does catch. 2 and the 1 now, the count. But Hanks doing a pretty good job, did a pretty good job thus far. Only gave up a handful of base hits, only 2 runs. As this is, and you've got the runner in a run down as well, and he gets thrown out. As Wixom was able to dodge the first bullet, but the second one, his lead is just way too far. Gets caught on the rundown, tagged out by Whitting.
It all goes back to fundamentals. Here time and time again. That's Little League stuff. That's
now batting the shortstop,
day in and day out. He had the perfect view as a runner on third base, and he got himself into too much trouble.
Yep, little over anxious right there, and hard to be super disciplined on something like that when you want to get that run. You want to bring them home. You want to tie the ball game up. You've got to be patient. Patience is key to the game. And first base, big swing and a miss by Cade Polson. As you can see, the cheese that. Back that way, and back safely is Jaron Hall, hand first. Although a little bit
too close for comfort.
Yeah. I'd like to thank our sponsors, J-Mart Printing, our live broadcast sponsor, as that pitch misses high for a ball. Lane Anderson can take anything and print it in just about any format. 280 North Main. I'd also like to thank our instant replay sponsor, the Car Guys. A nearly new car. 872 North Main is a big swing and a miss and a ball down in the dirt. And Polson takes his time outside of the box, trying to settle himself down. Now steps back.
Hold his head on both of those swings. He was looking towards Coach Miner at third base instead of focusing on the ball.
Runner's going to go. This one swung on, hit high in the air, backing out of play. Count the game, there will be a go try their new Mondo burritos for a limited time. Get that great Southwest flavor behind Deseret Book in Spanish Fort. This one swung on, but foul.
Almost of a defensive safety swing. You guessed right, Polson did. Up in the zone.
So 1 out, that runner. got some wheels. Pitch. This one is way high out of the zone. Trying to get Polson to chase. Does not. The count runs full. 3-2 with one out. Polson is 0 for 3, still looking for that first base hit of the ball game. Just an outside fastball, just blew right past him.
Again, Polson just trying to do too
strikes
much
out
with
for
that
the
pitch.
second out of the inning.
Instead of just focusing on where that pitch was and
Now
trying to
Nick
hold his head
Coffey.
and try to swing, pull it, which resulted in a strikeout.
Throw back to first as Hall back safely. Nick Maffey, your batter, 1 for 3 tonight. Strick out back in the 5th. A double in the 4th, and a ground out in the 2nd. The air, drifting back as the center fielder, going back and making the catch is Lyman on the run. If that ball falls, ball game. As the ball was hit into a strong headwind, probably held it up just in time as you see it on the replay. So close, but no cigar as Salem Hills takes the first of a 2-game series against Hills tomorrow on the 6th of May. Chance for Maple Mountain to get a little bit of redemption. I'd like to thank our sponsors. Live broadcast brought to you by J-Mart Printing. They can do anything. Instant replay brought to you by the Car Guys. 801-798-0077. They've got a great collection of nearly new autos. Player of the game sponsor, right behind Deseret Book in Spanish Fort. Go try their new Mondo Burrito. Player of the game is action. Only two runs, not a whole lot of hits. But if I'm going to have to give to somebody, just based off of you give it to Jake Maffey. Jake Maffey drove in a run, did what he needed to do to try to contribute to the cause. So Jake Maffey is going to be our talk time player of the game.
And he contributed behind the dish as well. There were a couple pass balls that got away from him from Shaw, but other than that, he really held down the fort on the defensive side of the game. And just a hard fought battle between two very good teams, very evenly matched teams, and the difference coming down to really only a base hit and a mental mistake at third. If that runner doesn't get caught too far off, Maffey's hit in the outfield becomes a sacrifice fly in tie ball game.
Absolutely. So you live and you learn, as we do every day. So 3-2 the final as Salem Hills comes away with the win. Thanks for joining us here on SFCN. For Brandon Crow, I'm Blake Romney. And we'll catch you next time here on Spanish Fork 17.
At J-Mart, we give away an elegantly framed piece of art every month. To enter, simply go to facebook.com/JMartPrint and copy. You could win one of these beautiful canvas prints. And if you have a photo of your own you would like to enlarge and frame, come to J-Mart and leave a lasting legacy.
Gone. Why, every Wednesday they up and ride into Spanish Fork. That's right, it's the Wednesday Western on Spanish Fork 17. 12:30 lunchtime and repeated at 9:30 when you're bedding down. Check the listings on the SFCN website. Wednesday Westerns featuring John Wayne, Kirk Douglas, Alan Ladd, Gregory Peck, and a band of outlaw renegades. Only on Spanish Fork 17.
Well, it's fun to dine at Taco Time. The service is great and the food is fine. So when you're feeling hungry, Taco Time. You can dine right in or take away. You pay the finest food, our own special way.
Taco. Spanish Fork.
Nilsson was able to hit one out to center for a single. With a pass ball that is mishandled by Springville, Maple Mountain is able to get to second and third with 2 outs in the bottom of the third. In the inning, Cade Paulson hit a long fly ball out to right field. So after 3 complete innings, the score is 1-0 for Springville. First batter for Springville in the 4th inning were hit by a pitch and given their free pass to first base. Second batter for Springville grounded out to second for the easy toss to first for the out. The runner did